Hey, you. Yeah. Do you want to know how to escape this prison that we're in? This prison called Kyln? Well, if you do, join me in this video. What is going on, everyone? It's me, BPG, and welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time here, I make at least 2 Marvel Strike Force videos every single week, usually based around the events in games. Sometimes I do get a chance to sprinkle other videos in as well. So if you find the content in this video helpful, please do consider giving the video a like, subscribe to the channel, and ring that notification bell so you don't miss any other BPG uploads. And if you're new around here or not, why not hit a comment down below? I do love to speak to every single one of you, and this community that we are a part of is amazing. Now, quick public service announcement for everyone. If you have not already seen, go to your app store, either the Android app store, the Google Play Store, or the iOS app store, and download the latest update, and you will see this lovely splash screen here from the update. That is right, we have Blade and Null on the splash screen. That means they can't be too far away. So this is a new patch that has just put in some new little bits and pieces of data. And now we will recap week 2 of Autumn Revolution. Now I will put my hands up here. I made a boo-boo. I actually miscounted the points for Autumn Revolution this week. On Friday's video, I said to you that if you followed all my advice, you would be on 434,760 points. I missed a couple, or they were changed, or something happened between the blog and me putting the data into the Google Docs that I use, or the Google spreadsheets that I use. But the real total should have been 440,760. I did find that extra. It was in the Fall of the Mutants event. I got a couple of the totals wrong on that one. Still only brings us to milestone 33 though, and just to prove that all that math does work, there you go, 440,760 points, and that was taken just an hour ago. So we have 8 days left of Autumn Revolution as of recording this video. And week 3's Autumn Revolution events, we have Operation Omega. This is already live. It is an 8-day event, so it's going to finish on the 1st of October 2024 at 2 p.m. PDT, or if you're like me in good old Blighty, 10 p.m. BST. It has an associated web milestone called Mutant Rebellion. This week we also have the 3rd week of the Dark Future. This event is live as well, starts on the 23rd of September at 2 p.m. and is a 5-day event, so we'll finish on the 28th of September. And the quick rumble on Friday this week will be Mercenary Mayhem. It's going to start on Friday the 27th of September at 2 p.m. PDT or 10 p.m. BST, right on blog time. And it will finish on Sunday the 29th of September. And this week, you're going to get extra points for Mercs for Money characters. Now, these characters are all farmable, bar from Old Man Logan. So hopefully you've got a lot of them farmed up, especially if you're following like the guide that I'm doing for building positively, where we're looking at, all the tunes so far from this year and getting them built up. Those should be on your priority list. Hopefully you've got them all, and hopefully this is a quick rumble for you rather than a rather slow rumble. And let's just quickly touch on the Dark Future. We've done this for 2 weeks now, and nothing seems to have changed. I will say that the free claim, the daily free claim, is not out yet. So I have not seen that daily free claim. I'm going to assume it is the same as it has been for the past 2 weeks. It would be a little funny if they changed it from 1,000 down to something else, considering it's the same event. Our reasonable free-to-play total, or the known free-to-play total, is 312,000. And your to-do list for this week in the Dark Future is to do 8 raid battles per day, same as we've been doing for the past 3 weeks. And to go to the web store to collect your daily free claim, and links to the web store with the daily free claim is down below in the description. And for those of you interested in the math, very quickly, we have to do 960 raid battles to hit the limit on the points. That will give you the 192,000 points. And your daily free claim, as I said, was 1,000 for the past 3 weeks on the trot. So hopefully it's the same again. That's going to give us 120,000 points. And the milestone points have not changed at all. So on the normal boss origin nodes, we've got extra points. The end boss node, the origin boss node, and then the tech boss nodes have extra points involved in them. And then we're getting bonuses for difficulty 1, difficulty 2, or difficulty 3. Total points if you're doing difficulty 0. Now this is assuming that you are going as a single file down the mystic and tech section. Obviously if you're doing anything wider than that, your results will vary. But D0, 828,000 points. D1, 106,000, 1,065,000. D2, 144 million. Or 1.44 million, and D3 1.81 million. D0 will get you to milestone 17 doing this. D1 will get you to milestone 19, and D2 onwards will get you all the way to the end, milestone 20. Very simple. Like I said, we've been doing this event now for 3 weeks, so we should all be pretty well versed in this event. Let's take a look at the web milestone Mutant Rebellion. Now, I think I might have scared a few people on Friday when I did the initial impressions. So to clear this milestone, we are looking at collecting Thanos Annihilator Orb fragments. These are going to come from 2 known sections. I don't know whether there'll be another section where we can get a free claim or anything like that, but certainly we will be getting them daily from the arena payout, and we will be getting 1,500 of them from the daily mission. Now, the total Operation Omega milestone points available in this is 30,000 points, and the total Revolution Orb fragments is 8,000. Now, if you manage to complete this web milestone with the 140,000 there are ways that you could push yourself up above this, or make this easier. If you saved your payout from the Weekend Arena Warriors, I did mention that on Friday, or did pin that on Friday. I didn't mention it, but one of the commenters mentioned it, so I pinned that on Friday for you all in the comments. Those points you could have saved, and you will get the 50,000 Sentinel cores, which go towards the main month-long milestone. But if you were just going to do this off the bat, the do list for this week would be to stay within the top 50 of your arena shard. And to break that down, your daily mission, you get 1,500 Thanos Orb fragments. You got 8 days, so that gives you 12,000 fragments. It's going to give you a deficit of 128,000 points. Over the 8 days means you're going to need to collect 16,000 Thanos Annihilator Orb fragments daily. And there we have it. Look, rank 21 to 50 and above gets you 16k plus. So that is how you will achieve that if you haven't saved any of the milestones. However, without having to worry, you can get all the Operation Omega milestone points, all the Revolution Orb fragments, and just lose out on 20,000 Sentinel cores, which shouldn't affect you very much in the month-long event anyway. You only have to get to 78,000 or milestone 8. Now that will give you the same amount of Omega milestone points and the same amount of Revolution Orb fragments, but milestone 8 will only give you 30,000 Sentinel cores. That shouldn't be an issue. And your to-do list for that is to place anywhere within the top 3,000 of your arena shard. And that is very, very doable. And so to break that down again, we have 1,500 points every day from the mission. Over the 8 days is 12,000 points. That gives you a deficit now of 66,000 points, which means that you need to score 8,250 Thanos Annihilator Orb fragments daily. And there we have it. Rank 1501 to 3,000 pays out 9,000. Now, just below that is only 8,000 payout. So it's not quite enough to be able to do that. So you do need to be within that top 3,000, and that will clear that and get you all the milestone points that you need towards the main event. And that is what is important, or not the main event, but this week's event. And speaking of this week's event, we have Operation Omega. As I said on Friday, there are only really 2 free-to-play inputs here, and that is to earn the Revolution Orb fragments. They are a 2-to-1. and to play one raid battle with Orcus. So that is any one Orcus team member. You can put it into any raid battle and score those 10,000 points. So our known free-to-play total, this includes the daily free claim, is 64,000 points. Your to-do list this week is to raid with Orcus, collect as many Revolution Orb fragments as possible. We'll go over that in just a second. And to collect your daily free claim. And so the 64,000 doesn't quite get us to milestone 13. So you're probably asking, PPG, how do we get there? Well, let's take a look at how we get those 64,000 points first, shall we? We got 46,000 points coming from the web milestone, 10,000 points from the raid battles with Orcus, and then we have 500 Revolution Orb fragments coming to us from the daily free claim. Obviously, we're timesing that by 2 because we get 2 points per fragment. So that is going to give us 8,000 points. And how you're going to earn the rest is by getting to the milestones in the Escape from Kyln / Omega Assault Kyln Tower event. I am really happy to say that you only need to be able to get to floor 3. Now, that is the unrestricted floors. They're the ones you can take anyone into. So you should be able to get this, not a problem, and get the event item to clear it. However, if you can get a bit further on, floor 6, floor 9, floor 12, that will still get you to milestone 13. So it doesn't matter whether you hit floor 3 or floor 12, you'll still complete the event. Floor 15 upwards to floor 24, that is going to get you milestone 14. And if you can clear between floor 43 and floor 51, that will get you to milestone 15. What do you get extra for looking at those? So looking at that milestone 14, we get some Crimson Armor Catalyst parts, some T3 ISO 8 credits, some T3 L1 ions, and some Crimson Resist Catalyst parts. And then for milestone 15, you're looking at more Crimson Focus Catalyst parts, some Crimson Damage Catalyst parts, some Crimson Basic Catalyst parts, and some Crimson Health Catalysts. Now, personally, that is what I'm going to aim for, are those Crimson Catalysts, because they are one of the big bottlenecks within the game where Gear Tier 19 is concerned. So I'm aiming for a few more of those, so that would be quite nice to help towards the Dark Dimension 7 and 8 progression. And because we have Omega Assault, I want to go and give you some teams. I'm going to link this save squad down below in the description, so you guys can take the code, put it into the game, saved squad, do the save squad, copy it across, and you will have that very same saved squad. Not the same size as mine, obviously, but the same characters that I am going to use for Omega Assault. So let's just go over what I'm going to do, shall we? So here we are on the saved squad page, and this is my roster. So obviously the first 4 sections of the tower are free to, are unrestricted, so you can take anything in there. The first restricted, the first section where we have any sort of restrictions is cell 5, and that is the Infinity Watch or Guardians. So this will be what I'll be taking. It'll be Gamora and Nebula. They're going to be kind of the backbone, and then Cosmo to just add a little bit of healing. We then have the Avengers node. Good old Hank Pym is going to come out for me here, along with Iron Man for some of that that new Illuminati synergy that they've got, and we'll add in Cap because that'll go along with Iron Man. We then have the hero skill section. This I've just taken Black Knight, who in all honesty is going to probably carry this section completely for me. Nick Fury is always nice, adding a few more dudes in. And then we also have Mockingbird, just for a bit of turn rewind and stuff like that. We then have the City Mystic section. Now this City Mystic section is ideally meant for Gwenpool, Cloak and Dagger, and yes, I could take them. I've got them all at Gear Tier 15, and I'm pretty sure that's what I did last time. However, Ghost Rider Robbie, Spider-Man Noir, they're big characters for me, so should be able to carry that section on there. Just added in Mr. Negative for a little bit of speed and a little bit of crowd control with his ability block. We then go on to the Asgard section. This is possibly one of the harder sections in the tower. It's all about Val, really, this section. If you've got Odin, great, you'll absolutely smash this, no problems. But Val is the main sort of catalyst in this section. I'm going to take Infinity War, Iron Man, and Beta Ray Bill. That's who I took last time. Apart from on the last node where I used Sylvie for her turn rewind and her control. We then have, I believe it is City Skill or City Tech. That is just a big call out to the Spider Society. So there they are. There is the City Tech I would use though if I was using something different. So we've got Doc Ock, Green Goblin, Classic, and Vulture. We then go on to Global Mystic. This is what I did it with last time, which is Quicksilver, Spider Weaver, and Morgan Le Fay. That shouldn't be too hard. We then have Global Mutant. Global Villain Mutant, I think it is actually, or Villain Mutant. Again, Apocalypse is going to do most of the lifting here, and then we have the Death Seed sort of play off of each other. So that'll be quite good. We then have the Hero Tech section. Now, this is what I used last time, which is basically Pegasus. So it was Kestrel, Rescue, and Iron Man Infinity War. However, what I'm tempted to try this time is to use Guardian, Kestrel, and Hank Pym. I think that will, there's the hero synergy there. Guardian's got the offense up. He's also got the stun. Kestrel is just huge for damage, so that shouldn't be too hard. We've then got the mutant section. So Old Man Logan, Nightcrawler, Rogue. This could be Nightcrawler, Sunspot, and Forge. In all honesty, and you would get through this section, not a problem. We then have the legendary section. Just going to take Old Man Logan, Green Goblin Classic, and Black Cat because they are the newest legendary characters. We've got others that we can slot in here if we need to. You've got Iron Man, obviously, who's just had a rework. Black Bolt, who's just had a rework, so they could come in. Would be a bit slower, but they could come into this. We then have the villain bio section. This is all about Super Skrull. You might be able to get through it now with Annihilators. I might test that myself actually to see if you don't need Skrull at all. But those are the main ones. Skrull, and then I'm going to take the two Hive Mind characters just purely for speed and trying to get through it quite easily. We then have the Spider Society node. Now, ignore the fact that I've got Spider-Man Noir there. It's just the fact that the saved squads won't allow you to do a double save of the same one. So this would actually be Spider-Man Pavitra. So we'll have Pav, Peter, and Penny going into this node as well. We've then got the Cabal node, which also is paired with Underworld. I won't be using Underworld at all for this. It will just be the Cabal. They should be pretty simple. We've then got the Orcus or Alpha Flight at Gear Tier 18 nodes. I'm going to take Orcus. They're the newest team. Alpha Flight probably won't get a lot out of it. And to be fair, Orcus don't have a huge... Well, they do have a huge amount of raid callouts, but the current characters we've got don't have a huge amount of raid callouts and are quite usable in most scenarios. And then for the final floor cell, if I can get to it, is the Annihilators or Orcus at Gear Tier 19. I've only got my Annihilators at Gear Tier 19, so they will be the ones that I will take. However, there is a possibility that I might actually just put Lady Deathstrike up to Gear Tier 19 and she might replace Gore. I need to double check on the enemies on the node before I do that, but those are my plans so far. Again, like I said, I'm going to leave this save squad in the description down below, so if you want to copy these characters for your Kyln run, then please feel free to do so. And finally, we have a new player poll out. That is right, we have Hitmonkey, Phantom Rider and Rachel Cole Alves, which is the Lady Punisher. Head over to Marvel Strike Force /en /fan voting. That will get you to that page. Do that daily because that is 50 energy and 50 power cores. That is really nice little income over the course of the time that the 7 days that they run this. I'll leave a link to this in the description down below as well. And final thoughts this week. If you have not already gone and seen it, myself and Boilon broke down the data mines that came out the other day for Battle World. I'm going to leave a link to that video down in the description down below. I want to thank Boilon for his time. I want to thank Boilon for having me on the video. It was an absolute blast. We had a brilliant time recording it. And I can't wait to record the next one with him. That will come up sometime soon. The events this week are pretty simple. I'm looking forward to seeing if I can complete Kyln Tower. Let me know down below how you do on Kyln Tower. One thing I do want to mention, however, this event has a leaderboard attached to it. Not the Kyln Tower, but the actual Omega Assault event has a leaderboard attached to it, which is diamonds for Omega Sentinel and other various T3 ISO 8 pieces. Just as a word of warning, on the final day, do not use Orcus to hit your tech nodes. If you want to maintain your position on the leaderboard, do not use your Orcus, because if this is anything like the wilderness mapping the wilderness event that we had, where we had the raid with Alpha Flight, and basically what was happening was they hadn't set the timestamp properly, and it was reading the newest timestamp of when you'd done it rather than the time when you had first done it. And so you were getting pinged back down the leaderboard. So I just want to make a bit of a public service announcement there and make sure you're all aware of that. Anyway, I've gone on for a very long time. If you found this video helpful, again, please do consider giving it a like and maybe even share it with some of your Alliance mates. And until next time, everyone, stay positive.